Welcome back to another episode of the Thai Canadian Podcast. I'm your host, Mrs. Mac. And I'm your host, Mac Millon.
Welcome back to another episode of the Thai Canadian Podcast.
We back.
Your host, Mrs. Mac,
Mhm.
and
I'm Black Mac. We here. He's
are
here.
we going with Black Mac? Yeah. No more
Black
Mr.
Millon.
Mac? Black Millon.
A little ring to it. Something I've been working on. You know? So what's good? How's your week? I feel like I haven't seen you since the last episode.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. You look great.
Yeah, you too. Not that anyone can see you, but
It's true. I'd still like to mount you for
they'll
the
take
Patreon.
my word for it. Hey, Grandma listens to this now.
It's true. Well, Grandma, if you're listening, it's $1 a month, and you know what I mean. You can.
Oh, for the Patreon, yes.
Yeah, she can feed us and also give us tips, pointers. My baby doesn't like it like that. You gotta climb atop.
Oh, funny. She's gonna be listening to this.
Okay. You gotta climb atop. Hi, Granny P. Sorry. Your grandma doesn't know that you have sex?
Okay. Anyways. So awkward now.
Just thinking about me mounting you the whole episode.
Oh
now?
my god, what is wrong with you?
My bad.
Still a virgin. Yeah. So I guess we should
Yeah, let's kick it off.
jump into something.
It's enough talk about your
Love life?
vagina. You hear it buzzing?
Yeah. I do.
There, it's gone.
Today I wanted to jump in and talk about Thai people and their long ass names
Yeah.
and where it originated from, like why they have such long ass
17
names.
letter names.
Yeah. Yeah, usually like the last names.
Doesn't your mom have a real short last name?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, hers is just 2 syllables.
Mm.
Not too bad.
Are the long names more common?
Well, the reason behind it is like I was actually looking it up because I wasn't like really sure why they have like such long ass Thai names, but last names, they actually didn't have last names. They haven't had last names for that long. Before, it used to just be you'd use your parents' given names as like that's what the family would be called.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, yeah, it's only a 20th century innovation. Like before that, people didn't have last names, which was weird because it was like back when like Thailand was called Siam, but it's obviously Thailand now. But yeah, they didn't have surnames, so they just identified themselves by referring obviously to the parents' given names. And
well, that's most of the world. Like Osama bin Laden, that name means Osama, son of Laden. Like it's not his last name's not bin Laden. Like his dad's name was Laden. A lot of people did that for years. Like
yeah, that's weird. Like, I didn't know that.
I don't know where last names came from. Like,
well, it's definitely like
I know,
I'd
like
say over on the western side.
in a random note, there's this guy who's from like Ireland, and his last name was like, I can't remember. It was like steelworker or something weird, like random like that. And I was
like they're to do with their job.
Literally, that was his last name, and he's like, that's when they started using last names. Your family's trade was their last name.
Mm-hmm.
So if your dad was a water guy, you'd be Johnny Water Guy or fucking whatever.
Johnny Water Guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So like last names, I don't know. Like that seems like it was probably just very recent to the world.
Like it hasn't been around like that long.
Yeah, it probably is a Western thing, just a way to show off your legacy or whatever.
Yeah.
It probably was that type of thing, right? Creating the last name so the Johnsons can live for forever.
But that was another thing with the extension for it being so long, is that they didn't want different households to end up with the same last names. like, you know, whereas like in the Western world, like there would be like as for instance Connolly's.
Smith and
like,
Smith.
there's Connolly's here, there's Connolly's there, Smith
related.
there. Like there's so many, yeah. So like for them, they wanted to avoid that.
Yeah.
So they just keep adding stuff.
That sounds ridiculous.
Like it's crazy if you like count how many.
There has to be people with double last names that aren't related though. There has to be.
Well, yeah, but they try to limit it. Like they don't want it to be like, you know, 100 different Smith families or something. But yeah, because like before, back in like the Siam days, which was the reign of King Rama V, I believe. Yeah, like how they recorded like any like data was like minimized. Like it was like the birth date, date of death, and then household members. Like that was it. So like it was just really short. And then after like Western education like kind of came into it, which was when it was King Rama VI, I believe it was, when he like hit the throne.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it was Western influence that brought the last name.
But they influenced having the last name after the first name, because like other places in Southeast Asia, like Vietnam, couple, maybe Cambodia. I don't know about that, but yes, Vietnam, Cambodia, and East Asia.
Should I be googling this?
No, it's okay. I do have it on here. I did find it. But yeah, they go by their last name first, and then the first name. But yeah, so it was pretty much to make sure that people didn't end up with the same last names. But like some of them are like crazy, like the guy or the chick from Family Guy, the one of the producers.
Yeah, her name's like really long.
Like her first name is like really short. It doesn't really give her like, usually they have like nicknames.
Yeah.
And then like their name, but her name seems to just be Shirley, which is spelled cherry, but they don't pronounce it that way. Like they pronounce it like Sherry, kind of.
Shirley, yeah.
Huh?
Sounds like Shirley.
Shirley, yeah, but it's Shirley. Yeah, it's weird. It's just how they pronounce the word cherry. But yeah, her last name is Shiwa Prawat Damlong, which doesn't even seem that long, like to me, considering. But that's
like 15 letters.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a long ass last name. For people to like, even I have trouble reading it in English. Like when it's spelled English, like in English, it's hard to read. So,
do they add a letter or do they add a whole other word to it?
It's usually word, like a little, another syllable at least.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But I don't.
Long.
It's kind of weird because everybody's related to somebody.
Yeah. I don't even get it because Thailand's like.
It's not like you're having like a new family with like no last name coming that pops up every fucking 2 weeks.
Well, I think it was like from when they first started doing it.
Yeah.
Like they had enough, like they wanted to have enough names that it wasn't. But then there's like a lot of them are like Chinese mixed names too, which like just gets it like even more confusing.
Yeah.
As you go, like I had some friends in high school, like some of their last names were like super long. Like just trying to like think, like one of my friends, her last name was Santa Anop, which isn't that long compared to like other ones. And then there was one that's Taiwan Wong Wong, which has a lot of Wongs in it. But yeah. Whereas like my mom's is just Shairat, like it's really short. But then like their first names aren't usually too long.
Yeah.
And then they have their nicknames, which are like
first name is 2 letters.
Right? And then like a 20 letter like last name. But it's funny with their like nicknames because like usually like their legal name is only used for like documented stuff and like for school and for like business wise. Like their more daily, like day-to-day name that they'll use will be their nickname, which a lot of the time, like, they're super short, and they'll either use like English words or like catchphrases, I guess, even, or letters.
Yeah.
Like B. Yeah. But B can also be like, you know, bumblebee. So there's like B, there's V, there's A. Cousin's name is A. Like, they have like really, really short. Like, you could literally just probably, and they have C. They have A, they have B, they have C.
You said really short, like, my guy, it doesn't get any shorter than that. One letter.
But they'll
any
spell
shorter
it.
Than that, you don't have a name.
They'll spell it more than the letter. Like, they'll put CEE or BEE, or A will be like AAE or like or AEE, like however they decide they want to spell it. Sometimes it doesn't really spell correctly. Like, you'll try to pronounce it and you'll be like, what? And they'll be like, yeah, it's A. It's like, oh, so just the letter A?
It's A. It's like, no, it's just A, fam.
Right? Or they'll have like different like syllables, I guess. So it'll be like A, but it'll still be spelled A-E-E. It'll still sound like A. Like, you could literally spell it A.
It's too much.
And it'd be A. Like,
nah.
It's so funny. And then they'll have like names like Boy. Like, some people will legit name their kids Boy.
That wouldn't fly in the black community. Come here, boy.
I mean, that's my nephew's nickname.
Come on,
but it's not pronounced boy. It's like pronounced boy.
Oh.
Because that's how they pronounce it in English. Their accent, they say boy, young boy. And then my other nephew his name is K.
Girl. No.
His name's K. So they kind of add Kevin to it now.
Yeah.
Like Kevin, you know. So it's not just K.
Asian names are weird. One thing I know about Chinese people, when they come over here, they like give each other they give their kids nicknames and like not the actual name, like Cindy. I don't know what the long version. But like I have a friend named Andy. His name's not Andrew.
Or like they'll get a typical, like a different white nickname compared to like their Asian name. Yeah. Like it's so white. Like.
But Andy though, and your name's not Andrew. How do you give someone a whole nickname? A friend named Jessie, her name's not Jessica, it's just Jessie.
But they do, it's the same thing in Thailand. But I mean, they won't adapt it to like a full-on, like a Jessica or an Andrew or like stuff like that. But sometimes that, like, their short name won't be in their actual name. Like they have some weird, like, there's like, I had a friend, his name was On, like O-N, but in Thai you'd pronounce it On. Yeah. Which is also my cousin's name too. Yeah. On, but you spell it's O-N, so it's On. So like if you're like,
I'm un one, fuck it, I'm un one.
You what? Like, yeah, they have like really. I'm trying to think of what else there is. Like some funny ones.
I think that the idea behind last names is so like sexist and male dominant. It's just like a possession thing. Like, I marry this woman, she takes my last name, and just and then even how you go from Miss to Mrs. But if you look at what Mrs. is, it's an R in between the S and it just becomes Misters. For real though, if you think about it, it's like belonging to the man. It's like, what the fuck, like. Because really, there really is no point for it. Because technically, I mean, everyone would have the last name. We're all from the same at some point. So where do like last names come? Like, you just move over and be like, okay, I don't want to be a Johnson anymore. I want to be a Georgenson. A Georgenson?
Georgenson?
I don't know. It's got to be Georgensons out there. Look, if you're a Georgenson, hit us up at the Thai Canadian Podcast at gmail.com and let us know that you're a real person. Yeah, and we do get a lot of emails from a lot of Georgensons, so you might get lost in there. So I mean, we're checking. What was it between last episode and this one was 2,000?
No, too many.
Yeah, 2,000 too many. That's right. That's right.
Just overloaded.
What are you looking up over there?
I'm just looking more on the last name. Sorry, but it legit says right here. In Thailand, family names are so long and unique because you are not supposed to have the same last names as someone if you're not related. It's like, I find it so confusing to know that westernized people have the same last names like Smith or Jones all the time. Of course, those are the two like most popular ones.
That's such a weird thing though, because like I get what they're saying, and like it's like, first of all, on the American side, like when did that happen? When does that happen? How do you get so many? Like in slavery, I know how it happened with black. Like my dad's last name is McGee. That's an Irish last name. That comes from slavery. When slaves were set free, they didn't have last names, so they took the last name of their master, and that was their family last name. So like on that side, when I hear black people with the last name Johnson or McGee or anything, like I know already where that comes from. But to see like two white Johnsons that aren't related, it's like when did that happen? And how? And like what?
Yeah.
Something got fucked up along the way. Like did two families, the same family, just split up and be like, well, I'm gonna rep over here, and we're not related to them anymore. Like what? How does that happen? It's so weird.
Yeah, how do you think all the way
Because once you establish like what Thailand has done, you've established all these last names. They should never change. Everyone's always going to be born to someone, you know?
Yeah.
Unless someone comes from another country. But even then, it's like they'd probably be European or something. They wouldn't have a Thai last name.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. Like, I get what they're saying. That it kind of does make sense now that I think about it. Like, because once you do that, you really only have to do it once, and then now no one has the same last name.
Yeah.
Like, how did America fuck that up? Like, doesn't make any.
Right? They just ran out of names to like start choosing. Like, there's just a book of last
or maybe there was a time to pick names. Yeah, and like they were all they only had 5 of them. Yeah.
Set of names. Like everyone can choose out of like the 20 last names that there are. Like,
which of the 6 do you like?
So weird.
And it's like so like Johnson is a very common normal last name. Like my family's name's Johnson on my mom's side. They get Jackson, Johnson, like those are like, and you could have Jacksons and Johnsons that are like not even
related.
Way down the road, there's never been any relation. It's like, it's so weird.
Yeah, last names are just, you just wonder like how they came to be like.
It just seems like such a man, like a possessive man thing. Like people need to know that this is mine. And I think the son of thing doesn't work because then it's like my son's name's Quincy. He'd be Quincy, son of Josh, and his son would be whatever, fucking Tyrone, son of Quincy. So now my legacy's gone the moment, you know what I mean? So some greedy guy was like, no, I need to always be, you know what I mean? So if it's always my last name, then it carries on forever. It's a kind of a cocky way of me keeping my legacy going.
Like it depends. It depends. Like, because if you have girls, like if you have all girls and you don't have a single son, and then the rest of your I mean, that's not a problem in your family because you know you guys have there's lots of kids.
It's true, but even there's still more girls in here. There's
but
10 girls, 6 boys.
If you think like for my family, for like
your dad,
like
your
my dad's side or my cousins, if they don't have any like sons, if like no one has sons,
the last name is Toast.
And there's only one person that can carry on that last name, which would be my one guy cousin.
But this is exactly what we were just talking about. Like, what the fuck is carrying on the last name? Like, who cares?
Like, the last name's gonna be gone.
It's a name.
I care.
But that's the point. It just becomes bragging.
I keep my last name.
It just becomes bragging rights.
You can take my last name then if you don't care.
I thought we were having a conversation, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, see, you do care though.
I'm not taking any. I don't want anyone to take anyone's last name.
Okay.
You don't have to take my last name. If you want to, you can. If you don't, cool. I don't care. Okay. My child will have my last name.
Whoa.
Other than that,
no. Hey, it's my child too. It will be my child too. So you already have 2 kids that have your last name. This one can have mine. That way, it's not sexist or anything.
Dead air.
Looks like we're about to have a domestic here in the Thai Canadian podcast.
Dead air.
Anyways, I guess we'll move on from that topic now because we're about to kill each other. What else did I want to talk about today? I wanted to talk about dogs.
Oh, dogs.
Yeah.
Puppies. Let me pull up pictures of dogs while you're talking about dogs.
Yeah, just dogs in general. Like, just if you just think about like the lives that dogs live,
Yeah, boring as fuck.
No, it depends.
Waiting on some fucking nigga to come home and feed you and give you attention. You just sitting there fucking waiting. I feel sorry for them fucking dogs, dude. You gotta wait for. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for someone to pull up and take you out to piss.
Hold up. You know what I feel? I feel sorry for the dogs that have no home, have struggled to get food, have no one to love them. Those are the ones that you should feel sorry for.
We're getting sad. I thought we were.
No, I am getting sad because I'm trying to compare dogs' lives in Thailand or in Asian countries, or even like South American countries, like just countries where dogs get treated like shit, compared to like countries like, you know, Western countries where dogs are considered family and live in the house, like those type of dogs. Like, I mean, obviously there are those assholes that keep their dogs outside and shit, which, you know, when it's cold, aw.
This guy.
When it's cold.
But I'm referring to. It's
ugly, but it's cute.
I'm referring to Western. I'm just saying Westernized families, dogs.
Yes,
just imagine being that dog. That sounds like a boring.
Not the worst.
I know.
He doesn't got the worst out of the dog.
You think that dog's sitting there like, man, I got
Yeah, I got good.
There's a dog in Thailand.
I'm sure they think like that.
Somewhere there's a dog on the res that has nowhere to go right now.
Yeah,
I think the dogs think like that.
They do. I'm sure they do. Okay. When they're on their walks and they see other people with their families.
Where would they learn about other dog culture? In class?
Yeah.
In grade 6?
This is probably in their nature, you know, like it dawns on them, you know, they just know.
I don't think they have
they just
dog
know
Wikipedia.
That somewhere out there, or it could be a dog that was from like a, what you call it, SPCA, SPCA,
SP, I don't know.
SP.
Yeah, shout out to the. Shout out to them.
But yeah, if it was a dog from there, they would have known what it was like to not have someone who loved them, like being in a cage. But like in Thailand, like when I was in high school, like I'd volunteered at Paws, which is really cute. That's what it was called, like Phuket Animal Welfare. So what was the S? I can't remember what the S. Phuket
Sister. Phuket Animal Welfare
Society.
Sisters.
Phuket Animal Welfare Society.
So it wasn't a bunch of black chicks walking around like,
no.
Bitch, we will take care of your dog. Then complain.
But it's sad. Like you go there, and obviously they were better taken care of, like the dogs that are on the streets and stuff. But like we get to like give them shots. Are you bringing this up so people can actually see it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like we give them shots.
Like a hamster, bro.
That's what Tiger looked like when he was a baby. It's like a baby Pomeranian right there.
Sorry, I keep cutting off your story.
But yeah, like we take care of, like we'd wash them, we'd feed them, like play with them, like it'd be fun. And like I just don't think that they have enough of those places out there.
It's disgusting.
Don't talk about dogs that way. All dogs are beautiful, even if they're ugly.
Didn't you just call one ugly?
I said it was cute ugly. Ugly cute. Yeah. But yeah, just the way they're treated out there, like the stray dogs. Whereas here, you know, if we ever find stray dogs, they go straight to SPCA.
Do you randomly see a bunch of Chinese people there just collecting?
No, and I'd probably kill somebody. I'd fucking kill somebody. But like, it's sad because you don't see that there. Like, but you do see, like, you'll see a stray, like, they do have those places that will take in dogs, but there's just way too many stray dogs, and they don't have enough of those places to take in like that amount of dogs. Like, it's sad. Like, I had friends that like they'd adopt a bunch of dogs. Like they'd like two different families. Like they had like a bunch of dogs like that they just would adopt, and like that, like it always like warmed my heart because like it's sad. Like literally not one time, like you go somewhere, anywhere you go, whether it's the 7-Eleven or something, you will see a stray dog. And some of them, like they're just the they're so skinny and scrawny. Like sometimes you can see their ribs. Like it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And like anytime I can, if I have food on me, or if I'm like anywhere near like a little shack or something, I will buy some chicken or something and I will give it to that dog. But at the same time, you have to be careful when you do stuff like that, because the Thais, they get like, I wouldn't say like offended, but it depends. Like if you go buy their food and then they see you just feed it to like the dogs, sometimes they will get mad and they will like start cussing you out. Like it's happened to me before and I just start cussing them out back. So I'm like, bitch, I paid for this. What I do with this has nothing to do with you. You got your money for this food. Like this dog is sitting here starving. Like, or I'll go to like a nice restaurant and I'll have leftovers. This one time when I came back out and by my motorbike, there's like this cute ass dog, like just looking so rough and hurt. Like it's sad, and people will literally shoo them. They'll be like, shoot, get out of here. And like I literally just want to punch people in the face. Like I literally gave that dog all my leftovers, and then every time that I would go back to that same spot, that dog would be there. And like at the same time, it's like it's a good and a bad thing. If it's something that you can do regularly, then it's okay, because it's like that dog will know where to be, like where to be loved for even just like 2 seconds of attention. Like, but
that's how all animals are. I just watched a video of these 30 raccoons that come to this guy's house every day for grapes and hot dogs.
Yeah,
like the animals are just, they're smart like that.
Yeah, they're super smart.
Bro,
and like some people just treat them
like
like
animals
shit.
more than fucking people. I heard Paris Hilton say that in her documentary, and I was like,
yeah,
I actually something I actually relate to this girl on. Like,
yeah, I literally enjoy dogs. I won't say all animals, but I'm not really a cat person.
More than
But if it was like horses,
but even still more than humans. If I had a chance to save a fucking stubborn, annoying human or a fucking cat, I'd probably save the cat. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. It depends on the cat.
Yeah, some cats could be assholes. If it was my cat, I'd probably let it die, because I'd probably have built up fucking frustration with it. Cats are mean, you know. I don't want a fucking pet that doesn't appreciate me, you know?
Yeah.
If I can be gone all day and then I come home and you're gonna stick your nose up in the air and not speak to me and not give me attention, like, what do I need you for? What are we, roommates?
The dog's favorite moment is when you get home. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. I need a dog. I've got an animal that just wants to sit outside the bathroom door while I'm taking a shit, like that type of shit. Like,
no, I want the dog in the bathroom with me while I shit. Like, that's what my dogs did.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, they get so mad. Like, if I don't let them in, they'll be scratching at the door. And then you let them in, what do? One comes and, like, chills by your butt, by, like, the toilet bowl. And it's like...
trying to eat your shit.
No, just wants to sniff, you know? Like, one of them isn't a shit eater, but the other one is. She'll eat her own shit outside. It's pretty nasty. Like, I've seen it. Like, when it's during winter and it's, like, hard, she'll be out there and she'll be like... And I'll be like, ooh, that's nasty. Then I'll watch her come in. I'll watch her come in and she'll come and kiss somebody right after she licks some shit. And I'm like, it's so good.
It's terrible.
But I mean, like within minutes, their mouth's clean anyways. So
this is your kind of dog, yeah?
But anyways, back to... Jesus.
It's your kind of pup.
But back to it.
I think it looks like a...
Like it's, I think...
Oh, it looks like a lamb chops. Remember lamb chops? Lamb chops play along?
No. No, I don't. You're gonna bring it up?
Yeah, but anyway, you keep on. You were saying.
I just think countries like, you know, those countries, like third world countries, I guess. It's just that was probably one of the hardest things for me.
It doesn't look like that.
Oh, I totally remember her.
Lamb chops play on.
Yeah. Okay, I definitely remember that. Wow.
This is a song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. Then they'll continue singing it forever, just because this is a song that never ends.
Is that how
it just goes on and on, my friends. It was a song that they would sing at the end.
That is so annoying.
It's annoying, and it never ends. Let's keep going. This is the song that...
Okay. See, now I forget completely what I was talking about.
I'm sorry.
Like, you just keep cutting me off.
Oh, God. Okay, my bad.
Remember, we had this conversation. You were talking about this the other day.
Okay.
And now I have no idea where I was at. Yeah. Third world countries. We suck. Yeah. animals, dogs, like just the way they're treating and the way they get treated in those countries. That's why when people like complain over here, it's like you have no idea how bad it is. Like I get that it's sad to see dogs in the SPCA and like it's good to adopt them from those places and whatnot. I just wish that they'd have more of those places in the third world countries for stray dogs. Like it's sad, like dogs get run over, like some of them don't always die, and then they're left like crippled and limping, and it's one of the most heartbreaking things. That was one of the most difficult things for me living in Thailand, was having to see dogs not have homes, not have people who love them. And over there, rabies is pretty bad, so it's not like you can go and touch and love up any dog you see on the side of the street. Like the most you can do is give it some food and try to like love it up. Like I mean, some are okay looking that you can kind of pet them, but then there's obviously ones that could bite you, and then then you got okay, don't be extra. Yes.
Have you ever given a dog food in a taxi?
No.
Can I teach you a question?
Okay, go.
Have you ever just been randomly attacked by any of these dogs?
No. I mean, yeah. Well, no. I've been attacked by somebody's dog.
No, I'm talking about stray dog. Oh, sorry.
No. Okay. Don't be extra.
They can't see me. They don't need to know I'm putting my hand up.
Yeah, I know, but they can tell by my facial expression that I am ready to strangle you over here. Yeah, no, not just by like any random stray dogs. Like the stray dogs are pretty good. Like they're just, it's sad because a lot of them get abused by people. Like they'll try to be around somewhere and people will have sticks and like scare them, tell them to pretty much like get the hell out.
Just go and kill them all?
No, they need to have more places where stray dogs can be saved. Like they just don't have enough of those places. Like they have paws in Phuket, but that
like a shelter.
Yeah, like an SPCA.
They can just come in every night, eat, bathe, and
no, like
take off.
Should have somewhere where for people to look after dogs that don't have homes.
No, but they should legit have like just a walk-in shelter. Dog can come in, get a bath, get a bite.
And you're going off about dogs not knowing.
I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious.
Like I get it for coming in for baths and getting shots and stuff, but that still doesn't change the fact that they're homeless and nobody loves them. It's because they get to come and get bathed and get some food. Like,
I'm just saying
it's better than nothing. Yes,
it's a realistic solution.
Yes,
you can't take all those dogs and put them in homes.
No, I'm not saying put them in homes, but have like an SPCA, like a place where they can be together, like be looked after, still be loved by the people that work there, get at least 5 minutes of love and attention a day, rather than being out in the streets. Like it's okay because it's not cold like
Isn't
here.
It the same concept though? But at least this way they're still free. They're not locked in a compound.
Yeah, free, but there's the risk of getting hit by cars. Like
yeah, but you have classes in the shelter. You come through. This is where they can learn education. Because there's other dogs out here that's living good, fam. Look, this is a dog on the West Coast, California. Look at this dog. It just sits in a purse all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has no idea where traffic is unless it's strapped into a car seat. And you explain, but you're different. You live here. You have to learn what a green light, red light, yellow light, crosswalk.
They don't have crosswalks there.
That's tough, man.
It's pretty much you go. You die.
Man.
There's no stop sign.
What about a safe dog crossing?
They don't even have safe crossing for humans.
It's true.
I mean, they'll have an overpass or some shit. Rarely.
Well, it sounds like politicians need to make it a priority. I mean,
like they just don't care enough about dogs. Like it just breaks my heart. Like
but it's really, I get what you're saying. I really do, and I feel for the dogs. But it's so unrealistic to just round up every dog and start taking care of them.
No, I get it. But like, if you have enough like rich people living there, start small organizations. Like it could work. Like even if they just had like a huge ass dog farm. If the dogs want to fuck off,
that sounds like a dog shelter.
Off. Like a dog shelter, sure. Yeah. Anything, just something so they're not out on the streets.
So what if you do that and then one dog attacks another dog, and then that dog takes you to court.
Okay. Now you're not taking this seriously.
Okay, seriously. But what if they start attacking each other?
I don't know. Then you separate them, put them in different sections of the farm.
Who's trying to get in there with thousands of dogs and break it up?
I don't know. Obviously, there's gonna be dog food. I don't know. Okay, this is all like.
But let's figure it out.
Hypothetical of something that they should do. Like, I don't have all the solutions. Like, I don't have all the solutions. Like, I'm sure if someone did, it'd be done by now. Like it's hard.
It's not that there's not a solution. That people don't give a shit.
Like, it's just a lot of people do though.
But not enough.
It's just not enough to do anything, or not enough money to do anything. Just, aww. Like, it's sad considering like they're like their man's best friend. Like,
yeah, that's also like a Western.
I get it.
Thing too. Like, you go anywhere else in the world, bro, dogs are living like how you're explaining. Like 90% of the world, that's how dogs live.
I don't like it.
I know. I know. But I'm just telling you, that's a majority of dogs live.
That could just...
It's sad because like dogs are like very useful and good animals. Like,
yeah, and they're smart. Like, they're really intelligent animals.
Even domesticating dogs to me is mean. Like, I think using dogs for like. I think dogs like to be used. Like, that's what they want to do. Like, those husky dogs that like pull sleds and like pull, like, they love that shit. That's like their fucking, they live for that shit. You see those dogs every morning wake up wagging their tail, can't wait to fucking get to work. Like, that's what dogs like to do. Like, they want to be appreciated. They don't just want to be in a purse all day. Like,
I mean, if you're a little chihuahua, maybe they like doing that.
No, those dogs are bred for that. That's not what dogs like. People have gone and like we've turned dogs into like ornaments and shit. Like, that's fucked up. Like, we're breeding dogs smaller, and we're taking this dog and mixing with that dog to fit it into a pocket. By the time we're done, we're gonna have dogs that fit into your breast pocket. And it's like, what's the point? Like, these dogs don't want that though. Dogs want, like, you look at farm dogs. Those dogs love fucking like rounding up sheep and shit. Like, they live for that shit.
The border collies.
Yeah,
and stuff.
they can't wait. Like, you hold on to them, they just can't wait to go. Like, it's like they're fucking. They live for that shit.
Their purpose. Like,
yeah, and they like having a purpose, and that's how they are. They like being proud. Like, even when you look at them, like, if a dog kills something, it'll bring it back to you and show you.
Yeah.
Like, they do that because they want to be proud, you to be proud of them. They don't want to just be sitting idle animals. Like, that's not what they're into. Like,
yeah.
So even that, like, I think the way we domesticate them over here is also a form of animal cruelty. Like, it's just a different, it's over pampering, but it's still not good for dogs. Like,
yeah, it's not. But I mean, I wouldn't say that that's anywhere near as like bad as like the way they're getting treated in like those other countries.
It is, like, though, because of the breeding places and all that. Like
I get it when it's like they're breeding them to be like smaller dogs.
But that's what they're doing. Like, all of these dogs, like these little cute California dogs and all that, there's some fucking fucked up breeding lab somewhere where they're now, this one didn't work. They're killing dogs because it's not coming, the formula's not right. Like, it's fucked up. They treat the dogs like shit until they're sold off, like, or they keep them like, there's some of these little dogs, they're like bred somewhere like in like Africa, and they're like kept in a box because they can't have any sunlight, and they're like shipped off to like India somewhere to like for princes to have in their palaces, but they can't be exposed to sunlight because there's such like a rare breed, because there's like and that's
messed up.
It is. It's fucked up. Like, you're pretty much, the DNA is so fucked up that this dog can't even go outside anymore. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Like, we just treat dogs so fucked up, and they're like they're like such good animals. We just don't appreciate like how good they are. They're good watchdogs. They're good. They're like I don't know. I think we just don't appreciate them. Like, even like in countries where there's a bunch of homeless skinny dogs, like, if people actually knew the value of dogs, I think they would like treat them better. Like, dogs are smart as fuck. You can send a dog miles away and it'll come back. Like, there's so many like good uses for dogs, and they love that shit.
They're just lovable creatures. Like,
and they're like pride. Like, they're proud of, like, they want you to be proud of them. That's their biggest thing, is like, be proud of me. Like, look, when they catch something, you gotta bring it back, and you gotta give them their credit. Like,
so that stick, they come back with an even bigger one. Look what I got. Like, yeah, they're just they're the cutest.
Yeah.
I just wish people would do more. I just think we need to do better. Like, we need to treat our animals better. Like, they have every right to be here. I think it's just sad.
Yeah, I think more than us, man. Like, a lot of these animals are misplaced because we just decided to take places over.
Yeah.
Like, it's
we are the assholes. Like,
yeah, like, oh, poor dog. Oh, these dogs are a nuisance. Like, but not really though. The dogs have been running around. They never weren't running around. We just decided that we wanted to put a city here, and these dogs were like, okay, well, now what do we do?
Yeah, makes me sad.
Yeah, it's true. Well, now that we've
established,
saddened up our listeners, is there anything else we'd like to? Should we end it on a positive note?
Sure. What do you got?
I don't know. I thought you.
You know, I can't.
I don't want to talk too much.
About dogs. Hey, you can talk.
What about dogs with Thai last names?
That's a good thought. Let's think of a Latinat something. I'm trying to think of some last names.
Sparky.
It'd be like Sparky.
Oh God.
That's how they'd say it. Sparky. Sparky Latanat Tamawong or something. I don't even know if that's a real last name, but
this one looks like you. That's cute though.
Yeah. Also looks like an old granny.
Oh, look at this one.
Yeah, dogs are cute.
So
They're
cute.
so cute. Yeah, I literally can spend all day watching doggy videos. Like,
It's
never
true.
get bored. They're just so fascinating. Everything they do.
So entertaining.
They are.
You got Henry's house.
Oh, Henry.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah. Well.
I like people that give their dogs good dog names too.
But I don't necessarily like when they give them people names. Like if it's too people-y.
I do. Henry's cute.
Yeah, Henry's alright, I guess.
Like,
Name
what do you?
like a dog.
What are you supposed to name
George
a dog?
or something like.
Why not? What are you supposed to name it? Like Sparky?
Yeah,
That's
make up
dumb.
names. Like
Who decided that? Disney decided what you should name your dogs?
like it.
Where
Where
did names like that come from?
Like naming a dog Nancy, like Joshua. Come here, Joshua. Like some names just don't work. Like Henry is that's okay. I think Henry's a weird name in general, but like,
I don't know what
like
else you would.
Dennis. Come here, Dennis. Like some human
What
names
else
don't
would you
work
name
for
it?
me.
Like radio? Come here, chair.
No, not objects. Like I don't know.
Like what?
Tequila's a cute name. My dad's dog's name was Tequila back in the day.
Okay, but
And he had Mesky, which I'm pretty sure was for mescaline. Just naming his dogs after drugs.
yeah, like what do you?
But, I don't know. I just feel like it could be creative.
Come here,
Like,
fentanyl.
Dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Not
do you
that creative.
Holy fuck.
Fentanyl.
Come here, Fenty.
Oh my god. Well, Fenty would work as like the Rihanna's
if no one knows,
makeup.
if no one knows, it's a short nickname for fentanyl.
Yeah, but that's also what
Come here, hero.
Rihanna's makeup brand name is.
That's true.
Fenty Beauty.
Hero, short for heroin. Come here, Cracky.
Oh my god.
Cracky. All right, let's end it. Let's end it.
We're gonna end it with Cracky.
Yeah, look at this dog. Look at this.
Cracky the Cocker Spaniel.
Check out this photo shoot.
So cute. Like they're so photogenic. Like, have you seen those dogs where they'll have like a cute dog movie on, a cartoon, and they'll set their dogs up so they're laying on the couch with their legs like this, and they're just standing there, and the remote's like right beside them, and they're just like this. This is the cutest shit ever. Like, obviously, you know it's staged and like they're human. Obviously, put them in that position, but like, what would you do? Like, if you came back from like work or something and you walked in and your dog's sitting on the couch like this, just
cool. There are
TV.
dogs that do that.
I know, but what would your reaction be? And
How big is awesome? I'd probably feel sad because I'm really domesticating the fuck out of this dog. This guy has nothing better to do than watch fucking Montel Williams all day.
no, but what if it's dogs? He's watching other dogs. Like that would be cute to me. Like watching like Lady and the Tramp or like something, and he's got a bowl of spaghetti there, just eating some meatballs while he's watching Lady and the Tramp. Just
I'd start charging him rent, bro. If he's that advanced.
like, could you imagine?
Yeah, good. Like, you need to get
I
a
always
job.
wanted to put cameras up and see what the hell my dogs do when I'm not home. Like, I'm curious to know, like, what they do. Like, do they just actually, do they, like, sit, have conversations, and, like,
I want to see, like right before they destroy things, like, what happens? Like, right before you rip up a couch.
Yeah, like, what makes them
like
decide?
The thought, like, do you start sniffing it first?
Right? Like,
do they turn and walk away? Like, are they fighting it first? Like, I can't do it. I shouldn't.
Punching it out.
Yeah.
And then they,
like, do they look at it and then run off and then look back and like, oh, I shouldn't?
Yeah. And
or do they just go right at it?
Don't look at me the wrong way, couch. And then
the after, like, when they realize they fucked up, like, what happens? Do they run and hide? Do they try
to stuff it back in? Like, do they try to get the stuffing back in?
Because usually by the time you come home, they're covered in the stuffing and they're just sitting beside them.
Yeah, and it looks like they were
in it.
They're like, oops, I tried to put it back together. But yeah, I think that's definitely something people should do more often. Like, I've seen people do it, like, with their cameras, and dogs are just running around doing weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely like to do that. Like, I definitely like to spy on my dogs and see what the hell they do when I'm not around. And if they're doing fun shit while I'm not around, I'm gonna be mad. I want to be involved with that fun shit. I'd never leave. I'd stay home with them all day. And I'd literally play with them all day. I'd be totally fine with that.
Okay.
Having a doggy daycare, that is what I would love to do.
Mm-hmm. And
get a big ass house.
We should get your mentals checked.
Why? No.
What?
Like, look, if we got a big ass nice house with, like, just a big backyard, like, during the summertime, even if it's a summertime thing, you know, just get people's dogs, just have a doggy daycare. You need to go to work, you don't want to leave your dog at home, bring your dog on over here. I'll look after it. The dogs can play, like, you know, like, you give them baths, like that.
What if he gave birth and it was a puppy?
That would have to mean I've been having sex with that dog. That's not even possible, Joshua.
But what if the gods blessed you with a puppy baby?
I think I'd be okay with it.
It's disgusting.
I think I'd be fine.
I wouldn't stick around. Like, I would assume you've been fucking dogs.
Well, okay, definitely not been fucking dogs.
You fucking.
I'd be okay with having
like a Mary, Mother of Jesus. Now you're just conceiving dog babies in the middle. The Lord sent it.
I don't know.
It was God's call.
Like, I could never have too many puppies. Puppies are so cute. But anyways, on that note, we got off the sad part, and we're gonna leave it on a positive note now. Let me know if y'all ever watch your dogs while you guys aren't home, and let us know what funny shit they do. Send us a clip over at the Thai Canadian
Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know. Show us your dogs. Yeah, your host, Mrs. Mac.
Mrs. Mac. And are we gonna do it together again?
No.
Let's come on.
Your host, Mrs. Mac
and Black Millon.
Okay, how do you change it? It's Black Mac.
Black Millon.
I don't like Black Millon.
I like it better.
I like Black Mac. You say Black Millon, I'll say Black Mac.
Okay, your host, Mrs. Mac
and Black Mac.
Millon.
See, it sounds like Black Mac Millon. Yeah.
And this is week's episode of next one, the podcast, Ty.
Oof.
Thanks for joining us. Come again. Love.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.